Whatever the trend colours of the season, summertime always means pastels. But if you're not a big kind of pastel-like colour wearer, they can feel quite hard, both to wear, maybe to style with what you've already got. But in this video, I am going to show you exactly how to make them work with your wardrobe. Trend colours vary from year to year. Some years it might be butter yellow, other years it might be lavender, but without fail, summertime always means some kind of pastel shade coming into fashion. And for almost all of us, it can feel like a really lovely way to bring that summertime freshness and lightness into our wardrobes. But if you are someone who is a tried and true neutrals wearer, dark colour wearer, pastels can feel like a really surprisingly tricky colour to incorporate. So in this video, I've just got a few tips to kind of show you how, no matter what colours you've got in your wardrobe, no matter what your style is, how you can incorporate pastel shades into your wardrobe. Okay, first tip. Don't think of pastels as a colour. Think of them as an alternative to your light neutral. So where you might previously have worn maybe black or grey, just try dropping in a pastel shade in place of that. Obviously, the easiest swap here is to swap it for your light neutral, like your white tee, but also think about some of those darker colours in your wardrobe and just swap them out for a pastel. So that might mean putting like a lovely, soft, minty, pale green pastel with like your favourite leopard print, where previously you would have just worn that with a really safe white t-shirt. It might mean where you might have worn a black top with your jeans, maybe you swap that out for like a soft rose pink. Literally just make that straightforward swap with the rest of your wardrobe, but swap that boring, that safe, that dark neutral for that pastel shade. Keep everything else the same, I guarantee it will work. Okay, second tip. If going all in with like a t-shirt or a sweater or a blazer feels like way too much of a commitment to start off with, bring it down even more. So think about your accessories. So if you normally go for like a classic black, brown or tan belt or scarf, just swap that out for a pastel. So again, these dark finishing touches to outfits where we'd add that belt or that scarf in a deeper tone, swapping that out for a pastel is just going to lift and lighten that finished outfit so much more. And just as a side note, if you want to shop any of the products I'm showing here today, you can find them all linked in the description below. Okay, third tip, think about a style you already love. If there is a t-shirt that is your absolute go-to, for me it is a classic fitted white tee, just see if it comes in another color. You know, loads of brands will do t-shirts in 4 or 6 or 8, or in our case, 30 different colors. See if there's a pastel version in there where you can actually just try one of your favorite styles in that pastel shade. You know, the fit works, you know, the neckline works, you're just being bold with the color. It makes it that bit more accessible. Okay, last tip, think about what pastel means for you. So when we think of pastel, we probably all think of those same kind of chalky colours like a pale green, a pale lilac, but there's so much variety in pastel. And the type of pastel you go for can really kind of be affected by both the colours that you know suit you, but also the existing colours in your wardrobe. So if your wardrobe is made up of really strong, high contrast colours, maybe you've got a lot of black and white in your wardrobe, and then maybe some jewel tones, then a traditional pastel might feel a bit flat and a bit grey. But if you go into a really sharp, what we call an icy pastel, so it's like a barely there colour, it almost looks like white in the wrong light, that can be a much better way for pastel to work in your wardrobe and with the look that you go for, that kind of more high contrast look, than going for kind of those softer grey tone pastels. However, if your wardrobe's already got those soft grey muted tones in it, maybe you wear a lot of denim, maybe charcoal grey is your go-to neutral, then those really traditional, slightly chalky pastel colours are going to work really well. If you've got warmer tones in your wardrobe, so let's say you've got lots of tan, lots of brown, then try to think about moving on from those traditional pastel pinks and pastel mauve colours. Go into warmer, more coral toned colours can work really well. Going into those pastel aqua, pastel pink tones that have got a slightly warmer tint to them, so your pink will go a bit coral toned, that blue will have a bit of a turquoise tint to it, will work so much more effectively with those warm brown tones you've already got in your wardrobe. If you've got dark chocolate brown, if you kind of tend towards those deeper colours, what we would call the autumn palette in your wardrobe, maybe you've got lots of olive green, lots of chocolate brown, you don't want to kind of completely pull away from pastels, but you really want to go for those deepest pastels. So it might look like a kind of deeper rose, pinky brown almost shade, or into like mushroom tones, rather than those really quite stark, chalky colors, which you might find really drain you and look really insipid next to those strong, deep colors in your wardrobe. And that's it. 4 simple steps for incorporating pastels into your wardrobe. And remember, this isn't just a this year thing. Pastels come back year after year after year. So getting this right can really help you lift and elevate your wardrobe for summertime. If you're not quite sure which the best pastel shades are for you, if that's all feeling a bit overwhelming, I've linked our color quiz in the description below where you can find your full palette and discover the best pastels for you.